gotta get my audio going. And there we go. Alright, now y'all can see it.
いらっしゃい。 また来てくれよ。
いらっしゃい。
Hello, how you doing tonight? Yeah, pretty much the same time. Oh, what happened? I think I don't remember. I don't think so though. That sucks. But it'll get better. You'll see. It'll get better. Don't worry. Never you knew you could do what? Like, what exactly are you talking about? Like, changing my equipment or whatever? You know, I'm gonna buy a new weapon. I wanna go in the style.
いらっしゃい。
Hold up a second, I'm gonna eat my string cheese. And yes, I still eat string cheese, because I fucking love it. This time it's my favorite brand, too. And I'm gonna eat it proudly. Oh. I just never ended up coming back to it until recently. Well, if you got stuck part way, then I take it you never beat the story anyway. But, this game I actually really loved back in the day, and I still do, honestly. It's not half bad. It's just that, with the new SEO game that came out, it seems like they seem to have, like, recycled most of the mechanics, and so I'm a little iffy about that. But how is the new SEO game? Like, is the combat really good this time? Or is it kind of like Hollow Realization a lot more? Just barely a few new additions or anything like that? And has the game been running properly for you? Because I've heard that the game doesn't really run well. So I'm kind of concerned. And I don't know how I feel about that price point. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing too. I've heard the game really struggles with the frame rate though, so I'm kind of worried. I've heard some ifs about the storyline. Like, I've heard, like, some of it doesn't really follow the anime completely. Like, I've heard different things and whatnot about the story, so I'm still not sure I'm getting the game. Like, it looks fun, and I'm interested at least a little bit, but I'm still a little iffy on how I feel about some of the combat and whatnot, because it just looks pretty recycled to me, so I'm still not really sure.
Irasai.
So basically, it's a brand new story that starts off with the original story of the anime and whatnot. Like, it follows the story of the anime at first, and that's what I'm hearing. And then it sounds like it then, after a while, takes the base of like Alicization or whatever, and then turns it into its own story. That's what I've been hearing, and then it seems like you're confirming it here. So I'm kind of interested. But tell me this, without spoiling the game, did they tie in the story of the previous games, like the actual mainline game series? Did they tie in the story of the games, of like the other SEO games, with this one, or they not do anything like that? Like, are they strictly keeping it its own original separate story or anything like that? Because I'm kind of worried. Okay, that's good.
また来てくれよ。
いらっしゃい。
Honestly though, Haru, I would say the same thing if I were in her situation. But anyone goes through long distance relationships, so you'll get used to it as time goes by. And it is normal to feel that way. And I'd say find like random things that you like to do that can help you cope with your sadness a little bit so that you won't worry about it too much. It'll get better over time. You just gotta get used to it. But that's basically what I would say in her situation. If I were in her situation, I'd say the same thing as her. Basically. Not sure she's fine. Hold on. Your comments won't pop up all the way. They pop up, but they don't show completely. Because, well, PlayStation, of course. If this thing would actually fucking work. Hold on. YouTube's being a bitch right now. Hold on. That doesn't sound good. Hello, Ra. How you doing tonight? Oh, well, I hope you enjoy the content. Ra, type in a different name that you used to go by or whatever, in the chat, because I don't remember that username specifically. Wait, you were on one of my live streams when I was playing this? Wait. Wait, was it that PvP match I was in, or was it were you one of the people that I was playing the game with when I got the modded weapons? Shit. Type in what scene it was, cause now I think I'm remembering. Hold on a second though. I gotta check a text message real quick. Oh, Fatal Bullet? Ah, yeah. Okay. But yeah, Fatal Bullet, it depends on the person. Like, I don't mind it, but I wouldn't say it's too great, in my opinion, of course. In fact, I have a review of the game. Shameless plug, I know. But, if y'all want to check that out, feel free to check that out. But, yeah. So, how you doing, Magnetic? That's good. Yeah, okay, now I remember you. Now I remember. I remember now. Yeah, I remember now. Hold on a sec. I gotta peel my string cheese real quick. Well, out of the way, welcome back. Pretty good, pretty good. I've just been chilling. But yeah, I remember you now. Yeah, you can find the game on PSN. I don't remember the price, but I think there is a physical copy as well, which I never noticed until like way later after I had already gotten the game. But you can find it on the PlayStation Store. Haru, I don't think they were there at the time. I don't think you two met yet. Yeah, no, I don't think you were there. Yeah, I'd say it's still a favorite of mine. And honestly, like, I would still go back to it to this day, even over the Lost Song. But, yeah, out of all the SEO games that I played, which is, well, most of them, I'd say, this one and Excel World vs. SEO are my top two. If I had to include a third one, I could say Fate Bullet to an extent. But, sometimes I just prefer this one or Excel World. That's why I never pre-order now. That's why I just try to find something that'll actually be interested or interesting. Yeah, I've been thinking about that one, Haru. I'm just not sure yet, because I've heard mixed things on it, so I'm still not sure about getting the game yet. Which I'm sure I'll get it eventually, since I do like Hollow Realization. But I am a little concerned with how they're going with Alicization Lycidas. Beautiful title name though, not gonna lie. Alicization Lycidas sounds so cool. Seriously, that's a pretty cool name. Yeah, SEO is not completely bad. Like, I'll be honest, I did not enjoy most of the anime, but I'll admit that the Aincrad arc was actually pretty good, which, well, that was the show's first season after all. But that whole arc was actually pretty good. But the Fairy Dance arc I didn't really enjoy. And then the whole stuff with GGO, to die for, honestly. I loved the GGO stuff, but afterwards I just never got into it anymore. Except for when the more and more games came out, and when the movie dropped, the SEO movie. I loved the SEO movie, I just thought I thought it was pretty fun, and I love some of the funny moments in it. It was a pretty good movie. Wasn't too bad, honestly. And the movie actually had great art style too. It seemed a little different. But I haven't seen season 3 yet. I just haven't gotten to season 3 yet. I'm kind of leaving it to the game, but now after hearing mixed things about how the game handles the story after jumping off from the anime, it sounds like they're just trying to take their own direction. And so now I'm thinking I might just go and watch the anime at some point, or just get it on Blu-ray. Because I've heard so many good things about it. But you know, instead of me sitting here talking while eating my string cheese, I'm gonna actually get moving and kill some enemies, because I don't want this archive stream to just be me talking. I started the game for a reason anyway. I heard. It gets pretty dark. And that's some stuff that also not happens, apparently. Just make sure you don't spoil it though, because I'm still interested in SEO, at least slightly. Albeit most of it I don't really enjoy too much, but I still have an interest in it. I've heard mixed things about that Dragon Ball game, to be honest. The Xenoverse games are pretty cool, but they're mostly recycled in terms of which one is better. I'd say Xenoverse 2 is better. But if you want the complete fanservice moments, I'd say play both the Xenoverse games, because, well, in the first one you get to have your own character, right? And same thing in the second one. But, in the second Xenoverse game, Xenoverse 2, that game has moments in the story where you can actually play as your own original character, right? And you actually get to see your old character from the original Xenoverse, and I thought that was pretty cool. But the combat in the Xenoverse games really, really damn good. And the characters are pretty interesting, since like Dragon Ball I've never been too into, but I've always had that slight interest in it, and that's why I bought Xenoverse 2. And then at one point my mom bought me a Xenoverse 1 back in the day. Actually not back in the day, like a couple years ago or something. But I was playing Xenoverse 1 at one point, and I actually enjoyed it a lot, and I kept grinding and grinding through the story, and thought it was actually really cool. But I think that Xenoverse 2 I'd say is better, because it seems like it runs a little bit better than Xenoverse 1. Plus the AI is a lot more smart in Xenoverse 2. So I'd say go with Xenoverse 2 over Xenoverse 1, unless you want fanservice moments, then go with both games. But yeah, Xenoverse games aren't too bad, honestly. I'd say they're pretty cool. In fact, I think I have like a Xenoverse 1 montage or something up on my channel at some point. I forgot where it is, but I uploaded a Xenoverse montage at one point on my channel. But it's a pretty cool game. Pretty cool stuff. that's some crazy shit that Vic had to deal with. Those false accusations and whatnot that got him taken off of some of the roles and whatnot. That sucked. I can't imagine what he had to deal with back then. But hopefully he's doing better nowadays, which it seems like he is. So hopefully things are doing better for him. Unless maybe those accusations were true in the end, if the correct evidence is actually brought up and not fabricated or anything, then hopefully something good comes out of it for both sides, because I do believe that Vic is innocent, but I do think that there's also a chance that maybe he could be guilty, you never know. But at the end of the day, it seems like he is innocent from what I've seen, and I don't know. I just hope things will be okay for both sides at least. Like, they'll be able to separate and stay separated for good at this point, considering they don't really get along, considering the situation that happened for that entire year of 2019. Like, holy shit. It was crazy shit that happened over and over. Well, thank you for the support, Magnetic. I'm glad you enjoyed the content. Yeah, and I heard some crazy stuff went down with like when he was meeting with fans and he was just being nice to them and nothing went wrong apparently, and one of the fans even had to step up and defend him because people had literally taken her situation out of context, and so she had to clear things up and actually defend not just herself but Vic as well. It sounded like a really horrible situation that both of them had to deal with. And then there's the other controversy that happened recently with The Last of Us 2, which that's unrelated to Vic Mignon and whatnot, but to switch to a different topic of whatever controversy it is, the whole Last of Us 2 situation, I don't know if I'll get to that game at this point. Like, honestly, I don't think I'd be interested in the story of The Last of Us 2, considering everything that I've heard at this point. I've already heard all the spoilers, everything about the story, and to me, it just sounds like it shouldn't even be a part of the Last of Us story at all. Except for maybe some characters, like the new character Abby and the Return of Ellie. It seemed like that stuff is okay, it's just that it seemed like they didn't do too well with the execution. There was a whole controversy about like the leaks of the story like 2 months or whatever before the game released, and people found out that like one of the major characters dies or whatever by a golf club, by someone who swings a golf club in their head over and over and over again, and it got spoiled for the internet. Partially, like that one thing is true, but then other story bits that were leaked supposedly at the time, they ended up not turning out to be true once the game released, once everyone got to playing it. So basically, half of the leaks were correct from what it seems, and then the other half weren't correct. And in general, people didn't really enjoy The Last of Us 2, the story I mean. However, the gameplay seems like it improved in some aspects, but it seems like they've toned down on keeping changes within the environments that you go through in the game. And I've heard that 80% of the game takes place in Seattle, while the other percent takes place somewhere else, which I forgot where else it was. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Last of Us 2 anymore. or The Last of Us in general, because the first game was amazing, by far. Holy shit, one of the best games ever. But The Last of Us 2, it seems like it just took a really bad turn for the worst, and they did seem to take some risks, which I think they did pretty good on, from what I've heard. And after hearing some of the stuff, I think some of it could have done pretty well if they actually focused on a little more. But I've heard that they just move things over and over, and they never focus on one or two things well enough. The PlayStation 5, I'm pretty excited for. Yeah, Haru, that guy just doesn't sound like he's a good guy, to be honest. But let's not worry about him. But with The Last of Us 2, I've also heard that there was a whole controversy where people were harassing one of the actresses, Laura Bailey, who plays Abby in The Last of Us 2. And she's honestly one of the greatest voice actresses out there that I know of. And she's also worked on Saints Row the Third. I think she also returned to Saints Row 4. And she's done Persona 5 Royal. And she did Nozomi from Love Live for the English dub from Love Live. I think that's who as well. And then but yeah, Laura Bailey's one of those top voice actresses in there. I think, I don't remember, but anyway, she was getting harassed all over on Twitter and everything when Last of Us 2 had dropped, or like a little bit after. People began harassing her and sending her death threats. Like, damn, I understand people not liking Abby's character in some aspects, but it can't go to a point where you're gonna take it out on the person who played the character. They're just doing their job. They get paid for literally reading off lines, and if they're actually acting out a character in motion capture, then they're doing that as well. And they're also trying to voice a character and deliver the best impressions of who they think that character is, while also keeping in line who that character is meant to be. And they're trying to put in a lot of hard work, and most voice actors and actresses don't get paid well enough. And same thing for regular voice actors and actresses, they don't get paid well enough half the damn time. And it's a damn shame, because there's a lot of people out there that do a damn good job, and they don't get paid well enough for it. And they're always shunned to the sidelines. And then when people go and harass them and send them death threats, it's not their fault on how the product turns out, usually. In some instances, like if it's like a voice line delivery, okay, sure, I understand, but it shouldn't go to a point where you're gonna send them harassment and death threats. Yeah, Laura Bailey had to deal with some bullshit, basically. Like, people just kept harassing her and sending her death threats over and over and over again. And it's not okay. Like, they don't need to deal with that shit. They're just doing a job. And not let alone voice actresses. Voice actors and voice actresses, they don't get paid well enough at all. Even though they do their very best to deliver each and every line. And sometimes when it comes back to them and they don't end up not doing well on certain lines, then fans will notice, but then some people will take it too far and start harassing them, sending them death threats, and it's just not okay, no matter who it is. You cannot send someone a death threat, it's just gonna make this situation worse. And with the whole Abby situation in The Last of Us 2, I understand that people don't like the character, and I myself aren't really sure, like, what to think on that story. But as someone just looking in on from the outside, you shouldn't go and harass Laura Bailey and send her death threats at all, just because she played a specific character in the game that ended up not doing too well in terms of story and character dialogue. Like, or character writing, however you want to put it. But in the end, it's not her fault. If anything, it's just the fault of the writing. It's just how it came out because of who wrote the script and the characters and whatnot, and how things seemed like they were rushed and whatnot. It's not her fault at all. She's just doing her job. Even if either it didn't turn out well or if it did, and at the end of the day, she shouldn't be the one to blame for a shit story in a video game. She's just doing her job. She's trying to get by and live her life. That's all she's doing. Yeah, I'm gonna quit the multiplayer and go back to the regular story mode because it doesn't seem like it's gonna let me swap from section to section in each map. So I'm just gonna swap back to the single player mode instead of going into the online lobby, because it's just not gonna work. Yeah, Haru, it's best not to like worry about someone else too much and talk to them too much, otherwise you're gonna begin to annoy them. So it's best if you just leave her alone for a bit. But yeah, just don't worry about her situation too much, and make sure you don't talk to her too often, because if you do, then it's gonna make the feelings build up worse and worse. And then eventually it could lead to a breakup if you end up getting her annoyed too much. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. You gotta be careful about that, man. I would say that as well, Haru. Just don't like flip out about it. Like, you gotta at least give her time to deal with whatever she's trying to deal with, and when the time is right, then she'll let you know, and you guys will be able to take it from there. But if you keep trying to talk to her about the situation and whatnot, then she's gonna get really fed up with you and not want to talk to you anymore. And then she'll just leave it with you as if it were a breakup. So you gotta make sure you give her some time to deal with her situation. And if you don't, you're gonna screw everything up, and then she's not gonna want to be with you anymore. And then you won't have a girlfriend to be happy with. Ah shit, messed it up. It's best not to talk to her right now, though, if this situation is where she's already like a little annoyed about it. So I wouldn't keep talking to her about it. I'd say just let her take a break for a bit. Because if it's a long distance relationship, yeah, it's gonna be painful and whatnot, but you gotta make sure you give room for each other to breathe and take some time to relax away from each other. If you don't, then you're gonna become too attached to each other and not be able to deal with being apart from each other at all. So it's best to not go in guns a-blazing and keep talking to each other over and over. You gotta give each other some breaks, even if you don't want to. And that's how relationships work. And it could turn out for the better if you actually, like, give each other time and whatnot. So just don't go in rushing through, and just give her some time. And you gotta also give yourself some time to let things cool down, and when the time is right, like let's say in like a few months or whatever, then you guys can start talking again. But you don't want to keep talking to each other too much. Otherwise, it's just gonna build up, and you won't be able to deal with not being together. And if it gets to a point where she's getting annoyed, then it is pretty likely that she will try to just break up with you at that point. Yeah, and make sure you don't repeat some things too much when you're in a relationship, because if you do, then it's gonna end up building up and making her even more annoyed on just that one topic alone. So if you keep bringing it up that you don't like being in a long distance relationship, then it's gonna build up and then she'll get really pissed off with you. So don't do that. Don't do that so much, because if you do, then she'll get really pissed. It's just best not to do that. So don't repeat yourself too much. And don't take after me, where I also tend to repeat myself sometimes. Because I notice that sometimes I catch myself repeating myself. And then I'm like, well shit. Because I try to make sure I don't do too much, even though I know, like, when I repeat myself, it's to make sure I get whatever I'm talking about across, so that it makes sense for everyone, and I try to explain it in different ways. That's why I tend to repeat myself, but I also try not to these days. So just make sure you don't repeat yourself. Ooh, finally! I've needed this one. I can't place it in there. Ah, damn it, I can't place it. Just make sure you don't repeat too much. Pretty good. I've just been chilling, waiting for this whole COVID-19 business to go away. Because honestly, I just don't even want to worry about getting a job yet at this point. If like the whole COVID thing is around, then somehow I might get it when I'm trying to work and make my own money and whatnot. But I'll get to that at some point once I'm able to. But as long as we're just keeping by and following the rules, everything should be fine, you know? It's just that some people out there that don't want to listen to the rules are causing problems for everyone. And then the wrong people end up getting blamed in some situations. It's just not good. So I just at least try to keep my own business and try to stay in my room for as long as I can without having to go outside too much during this whole COVID business. Since, well, if you go outside and you're not wearing a mask, well, you better hope they don't get the virus, because who knows who has it, you know? Yeah, that's why I don't want to apply for a job, because I'm worried if, like, due to the whole COVID business, if one, I'll get laid off, two, if I get sick and I won't be able to work, and three, like, something could happen, like anything else randomly could happen. So I just want to be careful at least and not have to worry about getting into a job yet, plus I haven't decided which place I'm gonna work for. So I just want to play it safe for now and not worry about it too much. That's how it's been going for me. But basically you could say I've just been doing whatever I can around the house, walking the dogs, taking out the trash, stuff like that, and then whenever I have free time I watch YouTube or play a video game with someone online or just by myself, and that's basically what I've been doing, if you want a summarization, or a summary or whatever you want to call it. I'd probably say the same thing that your dad said, Haru. If he's saying that the government's trying to control people, I wouldn't deny it completely anyway. But I can see why he'd say that, honestly. But oh, dude, I fucking loved it. Oh, I love the GGO alternative. That was fucking awesome. I loved GGO alternative. It was so damn good. Yeah, fuck the government. I don't like the government that much. But I hate the president more. But that's a whole different story. Plus I don't want to get too political on my channel, because that's not really what it's about. But yeah, the GGO alternative, I quite enjoyed it. It was pretty short, not gonna lie, but I don't mind that. I don't think we need him back, but I can see why you'd say that. Like, I would agree if if my mindset was a little different on the whole political situations and whatnot. But I think we'll be fine without Barack Obama. It's just that, like, some of the stuff that he put in place seems to not be, like, staying up due to Trump wanting to take it all down and whatnot, which is a bit of a shame, not gonna lie. And the whole DACA situation, like, damn, I just feel bad for those people. But in general, I think we'll be fine without Obama coming back. But if we get someone else that can actually do things right and not screw the people over, I think we'll be okay for a little bit at least. Kanye won't do shit for president. He's probably just on some drugs or something. And that's probably why he's saying that shit. Like, there's no way he'd be a president. There's no way. Can't just move from one industry, one thing to another, and then claim that you're gonna be president one day. Like, bro. I think he's just trying to pull some shit out of his ass to get some more attention. As for his music, I mean, who knows? Maybe all the responses that he'll get could be like, maybe for a new music album or something. That's probably what it's all for. You never know. But yeah, Kanye being president, I don't believe it. I think he's just pulling it out of his ass. I mean, who knows what he would try to do as president anyway? Who knows if people would be able to trust him? I sure as hell wouldn't even care though, either way. Exactly. It's too big of a responsibility for most people. That's why there's elections. Only specific people are worthy. And then, well, there's some presidents that, well, didn't quite live up to expectations and that ended up screwing people over. I won't name names. Not, well, technically I already did earlier, but, basically, presidency is, necessary evil, I guess you could say, in some aspects. But, yeah. But, moving the situation from, well, the whole political business to, back what I'm doing, GGO Alternative was really, really cool. I loved the music, and I loved the characters. I thought they were all pretty cool. And, I love the fact that, the GGO Alternative characters make an appearance in Fate of Bullet. I almost forgot the name, oh my god. But yeah, GG Alternative is honestly pretty cool. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I love the dynamic between Lin, or no, not Lin, Len, and the group of friends that were trying to compete against her as friends and whatnot. I thought that was a pretty cool dynamic that they had there. And then the whole situation with pt2, I thought that was really cool as well. And honestly, I'd say GTO Alternative is better than the GTO that we got with the original SEO cast. You know, with Sinan, Kirito, and all of them. I thought GTO Alternative had better characters and character dynamics going on between its characters, instead of the GTO that we got with Death Gun and but that one wasn't completely terrible. It actually introduced, well, GTO. But I like GTO a little bit more, to be honest. Plus, I think with some things they went into a little more detail on, such as with the bullet circles a little bit and stuff like that. But yeah, I thought GTO Alternative was actually pretty cool. Yeah, but they also try to tie in Kirito with the whole story thing, which I kinda don't really agree with them doing, but it is what it is. Oh, fuck. Let's not talk too much about politics though, because I don't want to like get too much into it. Because I'm just not too interested in politics. Plus, it's not really what my channel's about anyway. But yeah, I'd say he would be. Not gonna lie. But yeah, let's just not talk about politics too much. Not really. Well, not all the time anyway. There was one instance when I was playing Saints Row Get Out of Hell, that game, which, I can't believe I had that game. Still have it actually. But I was playing that game one day on one of my old live streams back in the day, and this random British person or whatever kept like harassing me or whatever. And they were like going on and on saying, "Oh, I'm gonna get my mom. You can't tell me what to do. My mom's gonna yell at you and be mad at you," and stuff like that. It was just a whole childish situation. And I kept telling the kid to leave me alone and whatnot. But it was only a one-time instance. It wasn't too big of a deal anyway. But usually I don't really seem to get any haters on my channel. But that one time, that one time, it happened on Saints Row Get Out of Hell stream that I did back in the day. I don't know. I think that stream's actually still up, honestly. It's an archive stream, of course, but you could still find it somewhere. If you look up my channel name, then Get Out of Hell, you'll probably find it in one of them. I just don't remember when it was. I can actually get behind that kind of mindset there, or stance or whatever. I mean, it seems pretty much like what actually happens these days. I wouldn't deny it at all. Honestly, I agree with that. A lot of kids nowadays just tend to, well, nowadays it seems like they're going towards TikTok, and then they take out their frustrations up there and other platforms like that. And especially with Call of Duty and GTA, I mean, those are the two top generic games out there. And then Battlefield to an extent. But, yeah. A lot of them just... I was actually like that back in the day, too. I was actually like that at one point. I had that poor mindset back then, where I was just like, fuck all these other games, fuck all that shit. I want to play Call of Duty, and then I would rage all the time and shit. Until I ended up dodging a bullet by actually pulling myself away from all that. And then I just stopped playing Call of Duty outright. I'll come back to it here and there and check out what they do, but that's about it. I'm not going near TikTok. Fuck that. Hell no. I'm steering clear away from TikTok. I'm never downloading that app, nor did I ever at one point. And when it was Musically, I still didn't even care. But there's some weird shit going on that app, man. Seriously, there's some weird shit going on there. Like, some shit, it's pretty funny, not gonna lie. Like, there's some pretty cool, like, stuff that people do on there. And I've heard one of the popular TikTokers is, Charlie D'Amelio or something. It seems to be doing pretty good, not gonna lie. But, yeah, the whole child predators thing, yeah, I don't know about that. I don't think that's good, but oh shit, that's a cool design right there. Let's kick its ass. But yeah, TikTok, not happening on my channel. No, I will not even worry about TikTok. The only thing I'll check something up on is like if I find a random video or whatever, like a commentary video or something that discusses different things on it. that's the only time I would ever check it out. But not by actually downloading the app, just watching different YouTube videos based on TikTok. Then I would like learn about things. Oh, luxury pranks? Oh, yeah, no. Their channel's alright, but, I don't know about that channel. And hello, Alice, how you doing tonight? Hold up a second, I gotta eat my last string of cheese. String cheese. Hold on. What happened, Alice? Or are you just asking? Like, are you asking what's going on, Alice, or did something happen on your end? Because you didn't put a question mark at the end of your sentence there. Well, you're back at level 80? What level did you go up to? And the game's supposed to autosave. Wait, did you go back to Kirito's room in the game or whatever at that at the inn or whatever, and go into his room and click on the thing that lets you save? Did you go to that thing or whatever? Because if you clicked on that and saved, then you should be fine. If not, then I don't know. Unless you did the cross-save thing, like where you can put your data in the SEO cloud of the game or whatever, so that you can re-download it back onto your current profile or whatever. Damn, man. That sucks though. Are those guys' like channels really good though? Cause like I've seen some of their videos. Like it's not bad if they're trying to be a parody of like To Catch the Predator, but at the same time it's like, damn, like they just seem to be trying to profit off of it. Like I don't think they have a passion for it. They're just trying to make money off of their shit. They don't seem to actually be trying to help with catching predators and all that. Like I understand like it may seem like they are, but to me, it doesn't seem like they're trying to help the situation. It seems like they're trying to, um, hey, do not, hold on. Shit. God damn it. Hold on. Why isn't it popping up? Do not say the N-word on my stream, man. Do not do that. Do not say that N-word on my stream. I don't want YouTube to go and fuck me over. Don't say that word. Please. Not that I'm offended by it, but just in case someone else might be watching, they might get offended. Either that, or I just don't want YouTube to get mad at me for what someone else did. Yeah, no, it's fine. Just make sure you don't do it again. Well, let me read your comments real quick, because I can't see them all. Yeah, no, magnetic, it's fine if you're like Blackwood, I don't mind that, but I'm just saying, like, no matter what, I just don't want that word on my channel, because, well, YouTube will have an issue and then they'll try to take down my videos just because of one thing, and then I won't be able to have a platform to speak on everything. That's the only reason why. It has nothing to do with the race or whatever. And just make sure you don't do it again, though. I'm at level 80. It stayed the same, really, because I never actually leveled up yet. Because it takes too damn long to level up now, since it put me at level 80. Sure thing, Magnetic. Go ahead and take care of whatever you have to do. I'll still be here. Which one did you click on though? Did you click download for your save file, or did you click upload? Because when you do the save data thing, you gotta make sure you do upload so that you have your save in the cloud. And then if your save ends up looking like it's not correct, then you gotta make sure you go to the cross save and then go to download in case you ever uploaded it. And if you did upload it, then you go to download and you'll be able to see if it's there or not. And if not, then it's probably gone forever. I just leveled up to level 81. Damn. You'll have to do download then if you're trying to take it out. Just go to download. I do have the XP skill, just not for the specific weapons. For the swords, I do have the XP weapon or skill, but not for all the other weapons. Just for when I use the swords. I just don't have it appearing on the palette. I mean, I do have it, it's just that it doesn't appear on the palette for when I'm using other weapons. Don't leave your game on for too long, Haru. You don't want it to burn out on you again, do you? Be careful, man. Yeah. We can play it together again, like whenever I do another stream, whatever. Does the dot hack game let you make your own character, or is it just a set protagonist? Because I've been a little curious about that. Damn, that sucks. That's kind of a blow for me, because I love being able to make my own characters, but if I can, it's not too big of a loss, but still, I would that's a little devastating for me. I don't mind it, it's just that, at the same time, I wish I could. in that game. I mean, because I've seen some things on it, just never really pay attention to it. I don't even know where I'm at. Oh, never mind, I see the arrow. Okay, sorry about that. But man, that string cheese was delicious. Yeah, you can. It just costs a lot of coal. So be prepared to spend a lot. It's fine, Hordo. I mean, y'all are welcome to chat whatever you want about as long as the situation never gets out of hand. But yeah, it's just fine, man. Just talk about whatever you want. I never try to stop anyone from talking about whatever they want to talk about. As long as one, they're civil about it, two, they're respectful to others and whatnot. So it's just fine. Don't worry. Oh. The SEO coins? Oh. Yeah, I think those are supposed to be microtransactions. Yeah. If the game has microtransactions, I'm very concerned. Because, well, this is Bandai Namco we're talking about. They're the ones who work on the SEO games. And so, I don't know how I feel about those coins. I mean, they seem to be purchasable, so I don't know if you should pay full price for that season pass though. Only if you're really enjoying it, but for me, since I'm more of a critical gamer nowadays and tend to think a lot more critically, I don't think I'll be going for that game full price, and I think I'll just get that season pass whenever it's on sale, or just not at all. It just depends on how much I like the base game already. If they're forced on a player to a point where it makes the game pay to win, then yeah. But if it's like they make it to where you could do it if you want to, but you can still get the coins in any other way, shape, or form and very easily, and it's not too daunting, then I can see it being okay, but I still wouldn't want them in a game. Because microtransactions, they should just stick to mobile. Just go back to mobile if you want microtransactions. That's basically what I have to say on the matter. Yeah, $50 season pass? Fuck that. I'm not going for a $50 season pass. That's not happening. I mean, well, it goes for $45, but either way, I'm not paying that much. I already had to deal with Call of Duty on that shit, and I'm not doing it again. Fuck that. Haru, did you get a receipt though? Like, did you get a receipt? Cause if you did, check that receipt if you didn't throw it away yet. Cause the codes or whatever might be on the receipt. And if they were, and you threw away the receipt, then you kind of fucked yourself over at that point. So check if you still have the receipt of the game for when you picked it up. Cause if you do, then the codes will be on there, guaranteed. It's happened to me before. They've always had the receipts on, or the codes on the receipts. Yeah, then those are the codes. Try redeeming them, then maybe it'll work. Wait, really? Oh, fuck that then. I'm not gonna get that season pass then. Fuck that. I just wait till the shit's on sale. $50 though? For a season pass? Fuck that. Fuck no. I ain't paying $50 for a Bandai Namco season pass or a game. Fuck that. Yeah, Haru, if you didn't redeem the codes yet, then redeem them so you don't forget. And make sure you redeem them right away, because sometimes they expire very quickly. And yeah, I know what you mean. Having game codes on the receipt, it's horrible. Just put them on a pamphlet or whatever inside the game case, like some games do, like God Eater 2. It had a code for the original God Eater game inside the game case. You could do it like that, but game companies tend to have it take place on the receipt. It is what it is. Well, redeem the code right away, so you don't forget. Either way. Because that day will come by soon. Very, very soon. Kitty, move out the fucking way! God damn it, cat. Will you move out of the way? Cat? Yeah, $100 fucking dollars. $104. Fuck that. I'm not gonna pay that much for a game that seems a little recycled and shit. Fuck no. I mean, I like the SEO games, but not that much. God damn. I dealt with pre-ordering Fateable, and I'm not gonna make that mistake again by paying that much money, or higher than before what I paid initially, for a game that doesn't really seem to be adding anything new. Like, bruh. Fuck no. Well, it wasn't really like, the figures, it was just getting the specific version of the game. It didn't really have anything to do with the pre-order, but yeah. That one version of the game actually came with some pretty cool looking figures, not gonna lie. I kinda wish I got the, Xenon one at least, but, well, that never happened. But in the end, I still got the game. I didn't enjoy it too much, but I still enjoyed it somewhat at the very least. It's not completely terrible. In terms of gameplay, it can be pretty fun, not gonna lie, but the grinding at first was just, oh, it was so bad. But that's the price you pay whenever you try a Bandai Namco game, so it is what it is. Just gotta pick your poison. No, I knew they came with wait. Oh, never mind. you meant Alice. Never mind. It just if I'm not really commentating on you guys' comments too much, it's because I'm just trying to focus on this trial thing that I'm in right now. Because if you can see the timer right above, like, the stuff that says attack, jump, parry, and whatever the skill I have there is, then well, that's why. Because I'm trying to focus on the timer and not let too much of it go down before I can finish the quest. I think. I don't remember. Let me check actually. No, it doesn't seem like they do. Wait. Yeah, no, it's right here. You just gotta open up the skill tree for the dual arts. Just press the triangle when you're on it, Like you see the highlighter? Just highlight the celestial blade skill, and then press triangle, and then you'll be able to open up its skill tree. That's where you can find it. Yeah. Good thing I noticed you said that, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to see it at all, and I would have just been playing with what I had. But, you know, I'm gonna play with swords now. How come I'm not really doing any damage at all to it? What the hell? Hell yeah, we got it. Oh, it only says part 2 because of how many times I've been streaming the game. Like if you look at my playlists, some of them will say like part 1 or part 2. That's because whichever stream it is, on when I've streamed the game, like you know, like Let's Plays. It's kind of like that. Like episode 2 of my playthrough of said game, or episode 91, we're almost there at the finish, like that kind of thing. That's basically what it is. Not meant for how far I am in the story. It only says because of like how many times I've streamed the game already. That's basically what it is. How to get dual blades, I don't remember. I just ended up getting them randomly, and people have ended up floating around different ways to get them, but there was only one game, or one way to get the dual blades, and no one had a definite way of getting it. People ended up saying different things, and most of them ended up not being true at all. And so it was always just one way to get them, and the game was never even clear on how to get the dual blades in the first place. So everyone was pretty much confused in general. I don't remember how far I got. I know that I tried starting the first DLC with the first DLC map, but I never continued onward after starting it. But I know that these dungeons that I had to go to, the ones that have the time limits like I was just in, I had to find specific ones so I can move through in the order of them. But I don't know, I've just been trying to get through them, at least. But yeah. But I just don't remember how far I got. I know I beat the main story, but I've just been trying to catch up on, trying to get some of the DLC stuff completed, because I never got past it. Plus I have overpowered skills and whatnot, so my attack is always going to be too high no matter what weapon or equipment I'm dealing with, because of the leveling up that I did back in the day when I was doing modded weapons and whatnot with the guy that gave me them and the other guy that was our partner or whatever when we were doing the one mission online. That's how I got my skills so leveled up, and my attack went up as well. So that's why whenever you see me damaging enemies, that's why it seems only take 1 or 2 hits. Like right there, it was just 1 hit because of the attack. For my attack stat, it went up basically. It went up back in the day when I was doing all those modern weapons, like trying to get the modern weapons and whatnot. And yeah. It depends on what you do in the game, like what you do in terms of side stories or like hanging out with NPC characters or whatever it is. It just depends on what you're doing. And I don't really have a definite answer anymore because it's been too long since I played this story of the main game. So I can't really say at this point. It's already been too long to the point where I don't even remember at all. So sorry, but I won't be able to deliver an answer on that. It's just been way too long. Ow, a bitch-ass cat? Fuck off! Go! Bitch! Fuck off! Shitty-ass cat, fuck off, alright? Get the no, that's it, you're getting out of here. Get out. Get the fuck out now. I'm just trying to pet the fucking cat. And she hisses at me all the fucking time and tries to bite me. I fucking hate that cat. A lot of the cutscenes are pretty long, I'm not gonna lie. And some of them actually have typos. I don't remember if some of those typos still exist though. Yeah, that doesn't sound like it be much of a game if it's got cutscenes that long. I don't think I'd be into it at that point. Unless there is a skip feature, but yeah. When a game has really long cutscene, it tolls on the gameplay experience, cause well, cutscenes don't really have gameplay to begin with, let's be real. But it depends. It depends on how it's done. If it's done in a game where the cutscenes aren't too long and you can get back to gameplay for like pretty quickly and it lasts for a good bit, then it'll be fine. But if the cutscenes are really long and there's lots of loading screens and they take too long, or if they're pretty short but there's still a shit ton of them, and then the gameplay will let you play the game but you won't be able to do much and not for too long, then it'll be a problem. And that'll end up taking a toll on the player in terms of how much they're enjoying the game. That's what it's like for me with a lot of these anime games that I play. A lot of them have really, really long cutscenes, and then most of them don't even get back to the gameplay quick enough, and then you won't, then like some of them have it where the gameplay doesn't last long enough, and then it's like you don't get to play the game long enough before the next story cutscene randomly appears out of nowhere when you get to the next key point for the story when you don't even mean to do so. That's the issue I have with anime games. A lot of their cutscenes are just too long, and then some of them are just filler and they don't even talk about the main story well enough. And when they do talk about the story, it's not for long enough for the player to understand the gist of what's going on. In some games, some anime games and whatnot, not all of them. Some of them do things pretty well. But there's always these cutscenes that don't even need to be there either. Like when it's like a character transferring over to a new area, it's like, okay, yeah, we get it. New area, yada yada yada. But they don't need a new cutscene for it. It's like, bro, calm down with the cutscene shit. We know it's a new area, there's no need to make a new cutscene on it. It's like, bro, what the fuck? Just let me play the game. That's why you don't see me going through the story so much in some anime games, because the cutscenes can be pretty long, but in some anime games, thankfully they're not too long to the point where it's like, I'm not even able to play the game because there's too many cutscenes. It just, why? And then the gameplay just doesn't last long enough, because then when you get to like let's say you're doing a specific quest, and when you finish that quest, a cutscene plays, and then there will be another cutscene right after that, and then probably another one, or a long ass loading screen to get back to the gameplay. Or the game will just send you back to the hub location of the game, and then you have to go back out onto free roaming, but then wait, it's another fucking cutscene. And then you get to the gameplay for however long you want, but you won't be able to move over to the next area because then it's gonna be another 10-minute cutscene. And then another 20-minute cutscene on top of that. And then you can get to gameplay. That's what I hate about anime games from time to time. They always shove a cutscene down your throat. And they always tend to be so goddamn long. And I hate it. But shit, man. Like, damn. Fucking cutscenes in anime games be too long sometimes, I swear. Like, I know they have the anime style, but they don't need to be so long just because they have a specific art style. Yeah, the art style is really fucking cool, I get it. But that's not a reason to give us a long ass cutscene. Like, bro, just let me play the fucking game. Yeah, but they could also like try something to where like end-game dialogue where you like when you're playing the game story or the gameplay, just like when you're going through gameplay in general, they could have it to where some characters are talking about specific situations that they're dealing with either during battle or just when they're roaming around, and they could have character dialogue talking about the specific situations that they're trying to go through during the story. They could do something like that, but they never fucking do. I never even see character dialogue talking about the story in an anime game often enough. And when it does happen, it's too damn short and there's not enough of it at times. And then they always rely on these long-ass visual novel cutscenes from time to time, and it's like, I get it, the art style's cool, but the cutscene doesn't need to be this long. And then there's pointless cutscenes too that are just like talking about like something that doesn't even matter at all, like, and it's not even filler at that point. It's just like, why are you showing me that there's this chest? I get it, there's a new chest that just popped up because of the enemy I just killed. You don't need to show me a cutscene for it. Just make it appear on the minimap. You don't need to give me a fucking cutscene for it that's like 3 or 5 seconds long. Just let me do my shit. Don't break the flow of the combo that I'm trying to get here. I hate it when anime games do that shit. But yeah, as I was saying, they could do character dialogue where they're talking about the story in any way, shape, or form, and they could have that character dialogue playing while you're fighting alongside them in the battlefield or when you're roaming the town. They could do it like that to catch the player up that you were skipping out on some of the scenes. That could work, but they never even bothered to try it. And it's like, bro, we're not even gonna buy your games at this point if you're not even gonna make it to where the cutscenes are worth watching. And there's so few cinematic cutscenes, and what's the point in watching the regular cutscenes in general if most of them are filler half the time, and they don't always fill the player in on what's going on in the story, and they always talk about shit that doesn't really matter. Like, make those side episodes as well. You don't need to make regular filler cutscenes, actual story cutscenes that don't take place within the story at all. They just don't add to it. Like, what's the point in making them main story cutscenes if they're just filler? And don't make them too long, in fact. Because it's just gonna, 1, break the flow of the gameplay. 2, the player doesn't want to be in a cutscene for too long to the point where they won't be able to get back to the gameplay in time, because who knows if they have something to do, and then by the time the cutscene ends, then they have to get going, and then they might not be able to have time to save their game maybe, you never know, and then when they get back, they're like, oh yeah, I had to read this cutscene all over again, or if there's a skip button I could skip it. But the player doesn't want to have to deal with that shit. They just want to at least enjoy a small cutscene for at least 2 or 5 minutes. Okay, sure, 2 or 5 minutes tops. But it doesn't need to be longer than that. Because the player is trying to play a video game. Did you know that a video game has gameplay? Yeah, a video game has gameplay. Like, bro. Damn, fucking anime games. It's one raid I thought I'd never have. But yeah, point is, fuck anime games and their long ass cutscenes. Like, bro, calm down with the long ass cutscenes. I get it, some anime shit going on. Yes, some of the characters are doing some pretty cool things, and the others are doing traumatic shit. But don't need to drag it out so long to the point where I'm gonna skip all the rest of the cutscenes to the point where I don't even give a shit about the story at all anymore. Like, bro, fuck. I hate it when that shit happens. Yeah, a visual novel. I don't play visual novels unless it actually has gameplay. Like if it's a game like Honey Pop, like, well, yeah, that game has cutscenes, kind of relies on that, but it also has a puzzle game mechanic that actually has gameplay. If it's a visual novel that's just reading and clicking X or just turning on auto mode to advance the text while watching while watching a specific cutscene, they're actually like a movie kind of or whatever, then no, I'm not gonna be interested in it because it's just a visual novel. Like, bro, it doesn't have gameplay. Like, you gotta have something else to balance it out. You can't just rely on the story only. You gotta have something else to balance it out to the point where the player actually feels like they're in the game, not just reading a book or watching a movie. Like, we get it. The story's really fucking good and the characters are written pretty well. But you need to have gameplay to balance things out so that the player doesn't, one, get bored, two, feel like they're playing or watching a movie or reading a book. If it's a visual novel that actually has gameplay, then I'll be into it. But if it's a visual novel that's just a visual novel, doesn't have anything else, then there's no point in me trying to play it, because, well, I'm not really doing anything with it, am I? I'm just watching text go by and reading the text as the characters talk. That's all I'm doing in a visual novel. There's no appeal in it for me. And I get that there's an audience for it, that's good. It's very good that they at least have an audience. But for most people, visual novels just aren't appealing or interesting at all. The only thing that they have, most of the time, is their story and characters. That's literally all they have. And the soundtracks, to an extent, if you want to count those as well. But yeah. At the end of the day, though, visual novels just... I'm not into them. Not unless they have gameplay. That's how it is for me. That ends up being the reason why I get some games in general too. But usually, if it's like a game that I actually have an interest in, then I'll at least try to go for the base game. But sometimes, if it's a game I'm really interested in, like Tokyo Xanadu, as I've heard about many years before, and as I was growing up, I heard lots of things about it, and I was like, I want this game, and I kept seeing it on the shelf at GameStop. I was like, damn it, I gotta get this game at some point. And then I ended up getting the limited edition of it for my birthday for my PS4. And I was so happy because I wanted it for so long. And two, it was the limited edition. It came with a bunch of cool stuff, like the game, the playing cards, the soundtrack, and all that stuff. And I was really happy. That's what I mean. If it's just like a battle scene but there's no actual gameplay, yeah, it's not. I don't cut it as a game at that point. Like, ugh. And another problem is, visual novels are overpriced to hell and back. They should not be so damn expensive. Like, I don't see myself spending $30 fucking on a visual novel. Nor do I see myself spending 20 on it unless it actually has gameplay. Albeit, gameplay. Can you hear me? Gameplay. It needs to have gameplay for me to be interested in it. Otherwise, if it's just long-ass cutscenes that go on and on from the very beginning to the end, then I'm not interested at all. I don't want to see cutscenes left and right. I want to be able to have gameplay, a lot of it, to balance out those cutscenes. And it can't just be any kind of gameplay. You also have to differentiate the gameplay a little bit. You got different mechanics that can switch things up and allow for player customization. Like if it's an RPG, then you most definitely need to have player customization so that they can have different playstyles to go off of when they're fighting specific enemies. Like in Code Vein, for example. Great game, by the way. In Code Vein, you can actually swap out your character classes just by simply pausing the game and going through the different class sets that you can choose from. And each class set has its own set of skills. And you can actually separate which skills in which class when you master them. And when you master a skill, you can move it around in different classes. And when you do that, you can actually change how the gameplay goes. Did you know that? When you actually develop gameplay, you can come up with some pretty cool stuff. It's like, wow. And that's exactly what Code Vein did, and I loved Code Vein because it had some really cool gameplay mechanics. Same thing for Bloodborne, and Dark Souls, and any other RPG out there. And not just RPGs and JRPGs, whatever, but other games as well. But visual novels don't do anything innovative except for add really good stories and characters. That's it. I don't call visual novels games unless they actually have gameplay. But I can see why that people would enjoy them. I'm not denying that they have enjoyment for some people. I'm just saying they don't really have too big of an appeal. And they don't have much writing for them, honestly. Not to mention they're overly expensive. I thought so, because I saw the trailer and I was like, another visual novel, god damn it. I was actually hoping it would be like an RPG or something, but nope, it's just a visual novel. Fuck that shit. Wait, so is it gonna follow like, is it gonna be the same story as the first season of the anime and manga? Or is it gonna be like a different, like, stories just following what the previous story pieces set? Oh. Never mind, then I'm not even gonna bother at that point. I don't even want to pay $60 for a fucking visual novel. Fuck that. That's just asking to just not even get any money out of your product at all. Fucking visual novels. I like how I'm the only one in a wedding dress in this game right now.
どうも
Well, at least it was a fan game. Fan games tend to actually do pretty well until, well, the companies get all pissed off and shit and they want to pull them down. But yeah, fan games are pretty cool. I actually like them a lot. Yeah, no, I see what you mean. It doesn't let you actually be your own character because it has Kirito take over. It's just that you get to customize him at least. And you can even gender bend him if you want. But yeah, I see what you mean. And I actually agree with you on that. It sucks that it does it like that. But in Fatal Boy, you are your own character and you actually don't play as Kirito, which is pretty cool, not gonna lie. But yeah, I see what you mean though. And I agree with you on it too. Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. It's really weird that they did that. They did in Lycerus too, from what it seems. And that's what it's been saying in some of the reviews I've been watching. Yeah, people have said that like you don't get to make your own character until you've gotten through some of the story a little bit more. And then a little bit after you make your character, then you unlock multiplayer. Yeah, that's what people have been saying. And then they said that like when you do play as your own character, it seems like they make Kirito the character that you just customize, just like in this game. So I don't know how I feel about that. Me neither. I think I'm yeah, no, I see what you mean. I agree with you on it too. It's just some weird shit that they did. But that's how it is. I feel like I want to end the stream, but at the same time, I don't know. I think I might move over to... well, it's 3:27 in the morning. And I don't want to get going with another stream. I kind of gotta get some sleep anyway. But, yeah, I can do a daytime stream. But, yeah, I think I'll do a daytime stream. I don't even know. The world is just weird. Things are just different. It's just how things are. I wonder how life would be if, like, that whole, like, thing about Pangea, if you know what I'm talking about, Pangea, you know? Like, the world being in one piece of land, and the water was, like, just all over around it, instead of it how it is nowadays, where it's, like, different countries and places have their own islands and whatnot. I wonder how things would be if, like, it was just one island, like Pangea back in the day, if that was actually a thing. I wonder how life would be for the human race at that point. Because I think it would be pretty interesting. One world currency? That wouldn't work. There's no way there would be a one world currency. I would love it, but I don't see it happening. Now with how the different economies are for each country, not every nation is gonna agree with doing it, so it's not even gonna happen at some point. At that point, yeah, then it could work if people are getting short on the economy. I guess it could work in some instances, but I just don't really see it happening. I think I'm gonna end it. I'm getting tired. I think I'll do a day stream, but I don't know for sure. I'll probably do something else for the night stream though. I think I'll try yeah, maybe I'll go back to Code Vein actually for the night stream and do yeah, whenever I stream again I'll do Code Vein. Yeah, I'll do Code Vein next, and then I'll keep his beat. I don't know when I'll do that again. I just don't know. I just don't like that game that much. So yeah, I'm gonna take a break and get some rest. Hold on, let me read the rest of your comments real quick. I'm sure it does, and I've heard it has 16 chapters, but yeah, I'm getting tired, but I'm gonna end it, but I hope you guys enjoyed, especially you, Haru, and everyone else that tuned in, thank you for tuning in and whatnot. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and feel free to check out any of my other content and whatnot, like my reviews and any of my archive streams and some of my montages and stuff like that. And next stream I'll do Code Vein, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. But yeah. Yeah, no, I know what you mean, Haru. I'll see you there, yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. I'm just really tired right now. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me see what emote there is. Let me see. Wait, not that, not that. It is? Really? Because everything seems to be fine on my end. I don't see it deleting your messages at all. If it were deleting a message or whatever, then it will probably just be me or YouTube's just doing some shit. But yeah, Haru, all your messages are coming up just fine on my end. Well, I'll talk to you guys later, and I'll stream again another time. Um, as for the next stream, I'll do Code Vein. I think I'll try to customize my character in that game again. But, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed. Next game I do will be Code Vein, and then I'll get back to God Eater 2 at some point. And then after God Eater 2, I'll do Persona 5 Royal again. And then, yeah, after Persona 5 Royal, I'll do Akiba's Beat. And then after that, maybe I can go back to something else at that point. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to tune in again next time whenever I stream again. Yeah, don't worry, I will, Haru. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out. Wolf Dog out. If the menu will pop up, there we go. See you guys.